Hey guys, welcome back to AIR Reptile Rescue. Today we're going to talk about what it feels like to be bitten and how to properly care for the wound. First thing is, being bitten by a reptile is going to feel different depending on the species. For a snake, it's going to feel different. For a lizard, it's going to be different. For a Pac-Man frog, it's going to be different. When being bit, it's more or less the surprise of the bite itself. It's more or less you're sitting there, you're going to reach in to get your snake, it strikes, it bites you. It's more or less, hey, you bit me, instead of the whole pain of the bite. Snake bites, personally, and this is from personal experience with me, feel like a scratch, like a cat scratch or like a cat bite. Just kind of where they're like playing, it's kind of like a cat nibble, especially for kittens. My children's python bit me one time. It was more or less, dude, you just bit me. What in the world are you doing? It wasn't, ow, that hurt. None of that. It just kind of surprised me. It was more or less like a scratch across my hand. He let go almost immediately. So, with that being said, let the snake release. Do not try to pull your hand away if they don't release. It will damage the teeth in their mouth. And that goes for really any reptile. But snakes in particular, it can damage their teeth, which helps them grip their food and to take their food down. And with them, if you damage their teeth, it will give them something called mouth rot, which will cause them to starve themselves and will then cause them to die. It's not something you want. It's very painful for them if you pull away. So give them a chance to release. If they don't release, I've read up on it, put them in cold water. It's basically like a shock to them because they don't like the cold. Whenever they feel that cold water, they're going to want to release and want to go to something warm. Take them out of that cold water, dry them off, put them back in their enclosure, let them calm down. Although it's rare to be bitten by a lizard, it is bound to happen. Usually, like bearded dragons or iguanas, they'll use their tail to whip you as a warning to try to get you to back away if they don't want to be messed with or if they're in a bad mood. For example, my fiance was feeding her bearded dragon one day. She reached down with a mealworm thinking, okay, I'm going to feed him by hand. She was a new handler. He thought her pinky was food and bit it. She mentioned to me that it's basically like getting a paper cut. So, it's not painful. Yeah, the paper cut, if you put alcohol in it, it's going to burn. But the actual bite of it was more or less the surprise. She actually looked at me and said, oh, babe, he just bit me. And I looked at the wound, it was like nothing was there. So, it's not that bad. After being bitten, make sure you wash your hands very, very, very thoroughly with antibacterial soap. After you wash, dry them completely. Don't leave them just kind of damp, none of that. Because of the fact that after you wash and dry your hands, put on antibiotic ointment. You can use Neosporin, really any over-the-counter antibiotic ointment will do just fine for a bite. Whenever you put it on though, rub it in very well until it starts to absorb in the skin. You can put a Band-Aid over it, or you can leave it open. If you leave it open, the air helps dry it and helps dry out that wound and give it some air to breathe and to heal. So I always just put the Neosporin on there and let it be after I wash my hands. This will help you prevent an infection if you take these steps. Always monitor the bite wound. Don't just sit there and think, okay, I've already put Neosporin on it once, I don't have to worry about it. Every time you get dirt on your hands or you get the oils from your hands collect dirt or anything like that, it's bound to get in that wound, even if you've already had Neosporin on it. So always wash your hands, check that wound, put more Neosporin on it if you need to, monitor for an infection. Like I said, it's more or less a cat scratch or a paper cut, so it's not going to be that big, but just make sure. You never know. We're going to wrap it up on this one for tonight. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you guys have any questions or comments, put them down below in the comment section. Like our videos, hit that bell notification, share them. Check us out on Facebook. You guys know the page, AIR Reptile Rescue. Check us out. Leave a comment or a message there. Let me know if you want to know about something in particular. Say if you want to know more about a corn snake you're looking at purchasing. I will do a video on corn snakes. You want to learn more about a leopard gecko. I'll do my research on a leopard gecko and I'll give you more information on it. Feel free. No question about a reptile is a dumb question. We're here for you guys. We're here to help you learn and to become new reptile owners. Thanks and good night from AIR. Zena, you gonna say good night? Yeah, it's my girl.